2, 3. You're live.
Oh, hello.
Thank you very much for coming back. And Nadia, watching us. Please share the video. Today we're going to talk about something very interesting. Yababe can be a very, very interesting if you are looking for opportunity, if you are in Canada, Ghana. For I like to talk to Ghanaians because there's a lot of things that we have access to. Unfortunately, we're not making a good use of it. In Tieneno, I have my sister Aisha and also Brother Charles. Brother Charles will talk to us about something very interesting. And then Aisha is also with young Brother Charles. Osha Ghana, when you look at Ghana, you know, we have the herb. Last time I checked on the news, police officers actually busted a guy with a big, acres of this herbs, and they burnt it. My sister Aisha, they burnt the whole farm of the weed. So my question is, should the government looked into what else they can do instead of burning the weed? Because in Canada it is legalized. People are making money from it. What do you think? And I'm gonna first ask, what do you do, and also where are you right now? Brother Charles, you go first. Brother Charles.
Yeah, what I do though, I'm a legal practitioner. I am by profession, immigration and human rights. So I'm a member of the Law Society of Ontario.
Beautiful.
Secondly, I'm a businessman and I have multiple businesses. Well, I'm going to talk about only two today. So I have a cannabis business dispensary and I have a farm. They both in Ontario and in GTA.
Thank you very much. When you say cannabis, do you mind explaining cannabis? I'm for say OT and can please try to follow along. And then because of our sister, we have to speak tree. Sorry, bro. So I'm gonna try my best to go back and forth. And then young Brother Charles, our cannabis business. May per se Brother Charles explain cannabis in natural. What is cannabis, Brother Charles?
In Ghana, one friend weed. Said Anuna Obiati in Ghana, it's called weed. It's illegal. And nobody can have it, nobody can possess it. And if somebody happens to have a little bit, they go to jail for a long time. And so they have so many different names for it in Ghana. Some call it Obronsam Taba, some call it weed, some call it so many different names.
So you call it ganja?
Ganja and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, but for here, a lot of people call it cannabis. Because
cannabis, okay.
Yeah, because of, it's
marijuana.
And marijuana. Yeah. Cannabis, marijuana.
Beautiful. And then your second business, we'll say as a law practitioner, that's not what you do. You have a business, and one of them is having a license to operate to sell cannabis.
Yeah.
And also one is farming. Canada.
Canada.
Okay. Do you mind telling us a little bit about the cannabis business, and then we will go into the farming?
Sure, yeah. The cannabis business became legalized in 2018. And then, at the time, it was lottery. You have to, bring your intentions, and it's called intent to operate. You do that. And because of my law background, I got people asking me to help them do it. So I was doing it for people. I was actually applying the license for individuals in Canada. And so I realized that is more and more people were coming to me to apply for them. And I did apply one for myself.
Okay, so first it was legalized to sell.
Yeah.
Cannabis, which is a ganja and only marijuana. No, if you're listening to Brother Charles is trying to explain to us. As you can see, Canada, marijuana is legalized where You have to be 19, is it? And 2018. And but we will go through. Just be patient. We will go through what marijuana, how it's been turned. I'm for mekasa eyana me pesa me di twi ni from because pesa wote ase. Enema amomutugu enwura na amotugu wo Ghana no. Eha no mo ye sika kese. Ade oh mepa mocho can you do this.
Maybe you should put it down.
I am so sorry. I'm back. So sorry. So basically, so the government actually legalized this so people can sell. And then they made it into a lottery. So our brother was the one applying for people. And also now he has also taken advantage of it and he has his own, he has a store. So go on, Brother Charles.
So like, I want to get back to the lottery a little bit. That was done once. And after that was done, they said no more lottery. Only like 5 or 6 people won the lottery. So after that, it became an application.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's just that but you have to have there are criteria that you have to meet in order to be able to qualify. Yeah.
Can you help with that, please? Me both. I want for just so sorry.
Turn off the fish.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Trying to make ducks. Did that once in my apartment, but you couldn't. It was not one you could turn off in the firefighters. My God.
I am so sorry. Today, the educate me fish na. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
So, Brother Charles was just telling us the process of acquiring your own license to sell in Canada. And you are in the middle of it. He has a specific, as a profession, he went to school for something else. And then as a business owner, he owns a cannabis store. You ever go through the cannabis store, no? There are different components to marijuana, no? And we are trying to say, is this a venture? Is this an avenue for the government instead of being selfish? Is this an avenue for the government to look into? Ghana, Brother Charles and Pacho,
yeah. I mean, it generates billions and billions of dollars every.
Sorry, was it billions of dollars and now millions of dollars?
Billions.
Billions of dollars.
I mean,
Tax it.
individual companies are making billions of dollars for the company. So, as you know, government takes taxes from each and every company. So you know how it is. The government himself is making billions and billions. Quite recently, according to our budget from the 2022 budget, for health, only health, the money generating from marijuana can support health and half extra.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The money generated from marijuana, legalizing it in Canada, no, it can pay for your health. Like wow. So I will let my sister continue with me. What do you think this has done? Do you think it has ruined the way the people uses it, or this has in fact educated people about?
I have seen people that used to maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, used to look at weed as like, devil's lettuce, something horrible. Like only losers do weed. People who have no jobs do weed. And then I see them coming into the store now being like, these weed gummies are the only thing that's helped my back pain. It's the only reason I can tolerate my psoriasis. So many different things that people use it for, and I've seen people that maybe 10 years ago would have been like, this is the worst thing ever. Now are like, wow, I've learned so much and it's changed my life. So
Wow.
You did not ask what she does, but she is.
I study at York University for biomedical science. So I'm doing, before going to med school, my pre-medical degree right now.
Biomedical science.
Yeah.
I'm for professionals in a ton we will kurumha. Yeah, professional.
I'll go. You talk. You guys continue.
Okay.
Onya professional unton we are going to take a little tour in a store and in a bit. But before then, no, now Brother Charles, you now will come about other business you are in as a legal practitioner, or you are what, paralegal, or
I'm a paralegal, yes.
A paralegals does so many things, wide range of businesses you can do here, and the government actually makes sure say your business succeeds. Anna was a venture into we business. Papa, what is the other business where you talking farming? Nanka obibini dia wo dia okonya asase wo hina wo dey farming. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I would say that's one thing. So I'm from BA, and so I'm from a farming community, and the background we have farms and everything. So I went to York University as well. So after I did my high school here too at Yorkdale.
Oh.
Yeah. So, after all this, I decided to go back to Ghana and enter into farming. Because I really wanted to produce lots of corn and lots of cashew. Because at the time, cashew was really good. It was lucrative. It was expensive. And so I went and I set up 50 acres of it. Actually, the land was 100 acres, but I was able to cultivate 50 acres. And then in the beginning, I was trying to get farm insurance in Ghana, and I couldn't get any because they said the risk is too much. So nobody.
Farm insurance.
Yeah, nobody will insure your farm in Ghana.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so I just went on to do it. At the time I was motivated. There is this guy in the UK, Ghana Celebrities. He was also involved in getting his farm there. So we were really happy in Ghana. We're doing our thing. We want to establish and stay. I worked on that land for 3.5 years. So the third year, the 50 acres of cashew was going to give me approximately about $100,000 plus. And then December 24th, we had actually made it nice and clear everything. Somebody, for some reason, lit fire. And then the entire farm, because it's big. And so we had cleared them, but had the weeds in the middle of it. So the whole thing got burnt.
The whole farm got burned.
Whole farm.
So it means you lost everything in Ghana.
I lost everything.
The beer, like I didn't falling in our shade.
So now I decided, they told me who did it. They said, oh, this guy. And I said, okay. Then I reported to the police. And I spent so much money just going up and down with the police and everything. So I got pissed off and I left and came back again to Canada. So that is when marijuana was legalized at the time, so I got into it. And through that, I needed to have cultivations as well, because if you are retailing, then you may as well get to the next level.
Wow. Yes, and we use because it's a medicine, it's curing a lot of people. As I was talking to sorry, is it Jessica? Sorry, you.
Aisha.
Aisha. As I was talking to Aisha, Aisha was, I mean, being a biochemic, uh,
Biomedical science. So it's just human anatomy and stuff like that.
human, and so she was explaining what types of conditions the customers has been telling her about how the marijuana has helped their conditions and all those things. So obviously it is a big business, it's a lucrative, it's one of those that can earn you millions of dollars yourself as a retailer now.
Actually, I went in because of the future of it though, because I heard
Okay.
because of the like we have different types. We have the indica, the sativa,
Sorry, PV.
eh?
Was
And
it? Yeah, what type?
okay, we have different types of the cannabis
Naturally. It just
naturally.
happens naturally, yeah.
So the different types, we have the indica, which actually makes somebody who takes it makes them mellow, calm.
Tired. Lowers nausea.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then we have the other one, that the sativa, that also makes you hyper if you're even sad or whatever.
Yeah. It's
It makes you happy.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's one of those things that manipulates your moods.
Yeah.
Manipulates your moods. And they have ones for pain.
Yeah.
And it's called the CBD.
The CBD.
Yeah, and then they have other ones that have been mixed with creams, and also they call it topicals.
Yeah.
So all the topicals are ones that some are for rashes, some are for arthritis, some are for so many different ailments. So I realized that in the future, actually, it's going to be the pharmacy that people will go, because when it was legalized, they said it should be open 14 hours a day. So why 14 hours a day? Because people need it at all times.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, everybody want to venture into something that people need it all the time. And so it's always open, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night.
Okay. Wow. Can I ask Aisha to explain to me a little bit about some of those conditions? Because in Ghana, all people see marijuana it is one of those things that make people crazy. And in fact, it has made people crazy back in Ghana.
I mean, it can, right? I mean, if
Mhm.
you have a predisposition to certain mental illnesses, yeah, it can happen. But I mean, the same thing that will happen if you drink lots and lots of alcohol and you are predisposed to become an alcoholic. It's the same thing. It's I find like some people come in. Yes, it is to help with certain things, but then there's also the fun part, right? People sometimes also do for fun, but some of the conditions that I see most of the time is people saying, "Oh, I don't smoke anytime, like even socially. I just smoke right before I go to bed because I have insomnia," and they have it, or they'll have it in like a capsule form, or so many different forms, and they just take it, go to sleep. So it's not for partying, it's not for socializing, it's just to help sleep. And then there's so many.
Yeah, by law we may not stream it live by law,
Yeah.
if we could, we would have, but we have different types. They have capsules, capsules, like you go to pharmacy and you buy pills.
Oh,
So
it's a concentrated amount of either THC or CBD or both
that you drink with water.
so do you think the reason why they legalized it in Canada is to control it? At least people who uses it for a good reason can go and not feel shy about it or hide it and just buy the real thing, like the capsules, or I see some in cookies.
I think they legalized it for health purposes.
Yeah.
Because Canada has we have universal health care.
Okay.
And people that uses it doesn't really get sick.
Yeah.
Because if you look at currently now, all the poultry farms are using cannabis to feed their chicken. They
Eh?
put it in the water they drink.
So the chickens are drunk.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so they don't. That is, so they don't get any fever or anything.
Any fever, even the chicken.
The chicken.
Guys, amanfo nkokɔ no kura yanye omo wa ha no, because of the medical components to it, they don't want the chicken to get sick. So the chicken is on marijuana.
They use it for the poultry farm uses it for their chicken. So
Hey, abrofuye do actually.
Don't get sick. So I believe since they're spending on us, I mean, which government will legalize something that will make people sick?
Sick, exactly, yeah.
And we pay for the sick here in Canada.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I also think that they legalize it because then it opens the door for more research. Because all we know really so much so far is so little about how much this plant can give, and it's sorry, I'm a bit of a hippie on this one.
Right.
It's there's so much that we don't know yet of what it can be. If we can just isolate like one part, maybe that will help with something really important. We don't know yet because we weren't even allowed to research it until 2018.
Oh.
Use it to try and find a reason. So now that it's legal, it opens up all of this ability for research as well.
And I saw someone, a little kid who has is it a seizure, very severe one, and they had to use marijuana, the oil. They kind of extracted the oil out of it, and to kind of give it to her, or they have to give it to her for her seizures to cool down or to sort of stop. So I think it like you said, it opens up the room or window for opportunity, like, for research, basically.
Yeah.
So in terms of business, though, what do you think it has done for Canada in terms of business?
It has really increased their revenue. It has increased their revenue a lot because the employment alone, thousands and thousands and millions of people are employed in the industry. And the industry is not just the plant, is the cultivation, the people that sells the soil, those that sells the they don't just use any fertilizer to grow it. They kind of use special kind of manure
Oh,
to grow because they don't want any chemicals in it.
okay.
Natural, pretty much.
So it's natural.
Yeah. And so all that stuff, and especially if you are growing it here in Canada, then you need to have, that indoor space and the labor and all that. So it's really lucrative.
Wow. And then you were telling me about farm, like you're in your farm, meaning you're growing the marijuana yourself?
Well, currently not, because you have to go through a lot of process, and I haven't gone through that yet. So currently, we produce corn and garlic.
Garlic and corn.
And corn. So now,
wow.
When we harvest the garlic, the corn comes on.
Okay, so this summer, obviously, my corn is coming from your farm.
That's right.
And summer way there, me buro because me to buro pa all my corns. Guys, share the video because this is an opportunity. We buying some of you who are in medicine, some of you who are in biochemistry like this. Aisha is also. Aisha, can you explain to me what your what you're studying, what the relationship with selling weed? It makes you sort of research it more, or what is it exactly what your background does for your store?
I have always been interested in stuff, but I guess my background, what it does for my store, it allows me to explain stuff better to customers when they come in. If they have any questions or are interested in different things, I can really break it down and explain it to it a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
beautiful.
Yeah. It's been amazing so far since I've been working here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So do you think is it better than a grocery store?
I mean,
That's
I wish I could buy my tomatoes with wheat in them, but I guess that's not there yet.
okay. Okay. Because the reason why I'm asking, I just want to know how lucrative it is. How, like, what is the turnaround, or if people are patronizing it, or it does it depend on the area, or is it just something that people? And I also noticed that they have a specific look. The stores, the majority of them look like a hotel, like a lobby or something. It looks like some fancy restaurant that people want to go in there and chill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is a standard though.
yeah.
There is a standard for cannabis stores in the Western world.
Okay.
It has to be digital.
Okay.
So everything that you have should be on the iPad. So
Oh.
yeah, so we can for that we can show you how it works in a few minutes to come. And
Oh.
then the product has to be in a in a safe. It should not have to be outside.
Hey, Ekoromuanso.
And even the windows has to be blank.
Yeah,
You can see.
it's because it is legal, but there's still an age limit, and so
Okay.
you can't expose anybody outside the store that might be underage to what it looks like inside.
Okay. Okay. That's why. Okay. So that's why it looks like that. That's why there's kind of like it feels like a hotel lobby, like a boundary. Even when you go in, before you see some of them, I'm a very curious person. He even gave me a juice. It took me at least a month to open it up because I'm a chicken.
Yeah.
Uh, Wanted the juice. I bought some juice and I want to try it. Like, so again, it's very interesting to find that the same cannabis, given opportunity for researchers, it actually cures, certain conditions, or cure, not cure, but at least sort of, helps out or gives them some form of
Believe.
a relief, basically. So again, you say you can show anything, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm for na campus who store no, because a chromo hanom, the government does so much. I mean, people are going to be people, human are going to be human. When you try to sort of stop people from doing something, obviously you must be able to educate them about that thing. And where we are right now, Canada has shown that education is very, very important. And this way, people are educated by giving them opportunity to make a choice, choose as well. But at the same time, has like a control over it. And that's why the stores looks very, very kind of similar. But again, said the Aisha explained it that they don't want it to be exposed because the age restrictions. They don't want people to kind of be I would say that people to be
Encouraged to come in.
encouraged to come inside, and like a restaurant, like a window shopping. You know how these when you go to a store and just by looking inside, that these are the things that drives you into going.
Inside, yes, exactly. So they don't want us to do. So anybody that want to visit can come and visit. We have
Okay, exactly.
Wi-Fi.
So guys, Mpacho, tell them your address so people can, in case you are in Toronto.
That's right.
If you are in Toronto, Aisha is, again, her background helps with education. She can tell you what you need based on your special need or specific need for cannabis. Cannabis is to treat certain condition. The first time I wrote a paper on it was when I was writing I did social work, and you have to write what that was when this guy with HIV fought the court, so they will allow him to grow it because he wasn't eating, and it became a human right thing. So we had to come up with, was he right
Yeah.
by it? Was this was the government stopping him from living by not allowing him to grow it, or should he just go to the corner store and buy the ones that are mixed up with so many different chemicals also? So he won the court case, and we had to write a paper on it. So that was the first time I actually wrote anything about marijuana. So again, if you're in Canada, these are some of the things that you might want to, if you're interested in buying something, or if you're already on it, you want to get yourself educated about the different parts of chemicals that Charles just explained, because there are different types, right? Charles gave me a little bit on it. Aisha, would you like to add any more, like the different types, the one that makes you, very, very funny?
I
No,
mean,
that's all. We also learn it.
Yeah.
We learn from the Health Canada.
Yeah.
About the differences. You don't really have to be on it to, as a matter of fact, know the differences. And
Okay.
so, yeah, but these are what the book says, and that's what we are delivering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Some people are using my platform to do their way. Let me delete this comment. It's not wanted. Yeah, you can advertise on my platform. No. If you want to be Ghana for Musia, how to pay money to gain something. Okay, freebies no be any. And if you want me to say something on my platform for you, I will be more than happy to do so, but not like stealing yourself in. So no, I've been watching for those things. Is there anything else you'd like to educate us about? But Charles, definitely, I would
So,
love to come to your farm this summer.
Ghanaians, they should understand that Canada is not just for, Canadians. It's for everybody, and so we should not limit ourselves from what you could do. What the natives can do. The native, when I say native, people that feel like they are Canadians, you should also feel like that, since you're paying your taxes and being a good citizen. You can have a farm. Myself, I never thought I could have a farm. You know what I mean? And so, but when I had the will that I want to have the farm, I was able to work on it. So you say, how would you get money to have 100 acres in King City?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for that, it's about my networking.
Networking, okay.
Yeah, so everybody should learn how to do that. Approach Canadians, or you're a Canadian too. And to be honest with you, the color doesn't really matter, to be honest. I have to be honest. It doesn't. You may think, oh, I'm black and I may not get it. No, it's not true. Because there are people who want to do business with you. And there are people who don't want to even see you. And like I said, if it would have been, if I had people in my country to support me, I wouldn't have come here. I went there with all my resources, but nobody will support you. Nobody. Your government is not. Your police is not. You're on your own. But over here, I'm not saying anything bad. What I'm saying is, you talk to people, you network properly, make your life, problem free.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have criminal record. With that, nothing will happen. You shouldn't ruin your credit. With that, nothing will happen. Because to be a businessman in this country, you need credit.
Mm-hmm.
And your background should be clean.
Yeah.
From the police, you should have no problem. You see that, then you can, sky is the limit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's all.
Wow. Well, Charles, this is incredible, and I like the fact that you tried this in Ghana. You went to Ghana with a farm. Everybody want to bring something to Ghana. Unfortunately, your farm got burned. And if it was here, how much do you think? Hey, how much do you think you would have been worth right now?
First of all, the deterrent, the person would have been in jail. That's
and
and number two, The government will make sure, insurance policies are when you lose something, they bring you back to your feet in your original.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they would have paid me my salaries and for 3 years that I work on it, and they would have paid me for everything. And I mean, and the fruit that was gonna come out. So that's why I came back and I said, you know what, if I have to kill myself and do whatever I have to do here in Canada, I have to do it with the full capacity, because I know, and it has happened. I mean, if you want to go to the government and ask for money, they'll say, okay, tell us what you want to use the money for. See, so you come and sit down and bring your business plan in front of them, and they will assess it. If it makes sense, they will listen to you. I'm a living example. If your plan makes sense, they will listen to you. And because the numbers should match.
Yeah.
And then if the numbers matches, then they will listen to you. Whereas I couldn't really get that, at my location. So
Yeah, in Ghana, unfortunately. Well, thank you so much,
I don't really
guys.
want to say too much in Ghana.
Yeah, Ghana, something they yank up because everybody is a living testimony. You've tried the farming thing in Ghana. A kromu ha said the if you put in 3 years already, a kromu insurance, I have to say if your car unya accident, your car worth about 3,000 neno. Almost usika when lusu nyina bet you almost $8,000.
Yeah.
If you brother you oka say na phone na be share Ghana na Ghana phone fee no police for call report your man fee no na ha wakwaji asase no 100 acres or sign apply for marijuana or legalize wa. It is a huge business, to tell you the truth, because it's going to be the next pharmaceutical company right now, next in the future. Even those who are on the traditional medicine, they are now coming off because of side effects. Now, without saying that, Ghana no, so the 3 years and a cultivate is an man, no, a car, or best sense, sika esesan konya. Sika esesan konya, sika onya yo. Ni esesan konya no. Na insurance no ni premium no ni esesan konya say 100,000. Omo de ni nyina ma. Ghana nso de obaye zero. They didn't even mind him. And or they back to Canada. Do you blame people who don't want to, do any business or
No.
Papa, anything else, my sister Aisha, anything else you'd like to say before we sign off?
I guess I could say, if you're interested in getting started with weed and you've never tried it before, don't be shy to ask the people at your dispensary, hey, I've never tried it before, what should I do? So that you don't just buy something that's too strong and end up getting yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
That's my only thing.
If you want to get into the business too, I'm a businessman, and I'll be willing to get anybody a spot. You just have to come and see me. I'll give you a franchise. Our license can open up to 95 stores. And so we have different type of license. You get the one that can give franchise or the one that doesn't. But our license is a serious franchise license. And license, franchise agreements, and everything. And
Maybe I'll get a franchise.
That's right. And so
that's interesting. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening on a very cold day. I was supposed to be on site, but I couldn't come because I had to stay put because of the weather. But I would love to visit, and I'll come by, Aisha, and speak to you a little bit more about my back pains.
195 Millwick Drive.
195 Millwick Drive. Memana Usisi Ukotodwe. Does it do anything? Because our Ghanaian men love to play ball. They like to play soccer a lot. Ghanaian men like to play soccer. Charles, you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand that soccer. Honestly, I know those who know how. They said it never failed.
It never failed.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's Bema. Now per soccer boy. Go and see my brother Charles. Obema unia SSA timid Gina failed. Eche. And yet away one goal na ho no abofem there be. Oh Canada Hansel. Na say oh sika if you have a business ideas. If you're a business person, you like to get into the business, the cannabis business. Yen brother Charles ne store no. In fact, he can open up to 90 franchise. So please come and see him. Akakakra. We ebeye mother. Say akakra nipa ni dibiomo. Ahahanya ne yeba be. Please. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. I like the education, and we'll be talking more about it. In the summertime, I'll be in the farm, and hopefully by then you have your bush.
Okay, so see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Aisha. Okay, therefore, Madam I say, this is where we come to. It was such a great education about cannabis. It was legalized in Ontario, Canada in 2019. And what it is, it has opened up a huge Canada government. Almost say cannabis no kwa omo buye no. Ama omo healthcare. Healthcare is very expensive. And we have a universal healthcare in Canada. South Asia, which means that utu kwai me say me ba Ghana na bibi beto a madwumenti no yesi plane kura betimi abefam ya ba ha it's over 1 million. And because of that way, you know, South Asia, US, it's not like that. It is expensive. It almost say because of the cannabis, you know, the healthcare system is being paid for by just this alone. Omo license for cigarette, omo license for gambling, horse race track na mede mo kwachire you know. They give license for liquor, uton akpeteshin, uton wine, uton anything with alcohol. These are the people, the AGC omo license, and also this is new, a new revenue for the country, and masika, because people take it for series of reasons. Ya wania odi ya fun, and ya wania ebeba udam. Into omunim said there are all these chemical the components in it, you know. Omo person mu control, so they have extracted or they have separated a specific chemical. Your chemical ni bi wo wa ne ma wo bodam no. Omo yiyi ni nyina na omo wania ema wo melo wo pese utimu ye mre. That's how I will explain it. No, omo de aye cookies, omo de aye capsule, omo de aye juice, omo de aye enema bebre me cost onum na enema bebre na wo. Ena ebu adwuma yem brother yi wato asase 100 acres. I was Spence City right now. Odua garlic ena eburo. He's in a process of acquiring the license to be able to grow. Unam Niagara Falls Equinoxwa. Who the green house, the green building, you know, a cannabis and huge yard, huge acres of land. Omodia ganja and drono. What you say? Omodia and roya yet your way abaya legalize it. Ghana again. If you are disciplined, someone maybe Abino will look into that for you, and it will create many millionaires. And this is what our brother Charles is doing in Canada. Oba Ghana in 2018 at the 4 acres of land. It took him 3 years to cultivate a cashew. At that time, cashew business was very lucrative. Obi di adre boni ni bi de eja emesheye afen. So unfortunately, Ghana, you cannot insure a farm. Ekromu ha enka or the 200,000 ebeshe mu and kasisemre he is worth almost 1 million, because abino with the insurance, the way it works is how much you could have made. How much you could have Akwa, wait, do you want me to block you? I hate nonsense, eh? Do you want me to block you? Are you daft? I said, don't advertise on my page. Someone who say who person will be are you are sick and you want to cure someone. Anyway, and onipa boni ni bi di eja oja ebe to ne farm no, he lost everything. The 3 years of work was lost. Everything he worked for was lost. So what I say, and these are some of the things that we are in kind. The same thing, the government makes sure that policies are available not just to protect their thieving, but to protect the people who wants to work, who wants to bring work into the country. And this is what our brother Charles or your Ganani or wasase kese or ye fuo wo krom ha and omo or your legal or G license in the man conference to upper. I can connect you with Brother Charles or Milwick and also 190 Milwick cannabis store no ho usisi o arthritis o hwan ni nyina girl no wo ho no obroni na wo no ono obekirekire onuro no said ye tie wa wontimi nna obo wontimi nna ta wotia say enye say adwendwen bi sini so wontimi nna depression nyama bebre omode eye o say ma'am papa Robos lady me good evening I can't miss your show. Okay. So this is what I wanted to bring to you guys. Guys, like I said, anything that is educational, I'll bring it to you. Anything that is enlightening, I'll bring it to you. Whatever you need to know, I'll bring it to you. And there's more to come. It is a season of love. It's a season, beautiful season. It's a Christmas. Muma munjimoni, wisely, drink wisely, and didi wisely. So everything, too much of everything is so bad for you. So guys, have a Merry Christmas, and I'll bring it to you live on a Christmas day. You may find me I don't know where you may find me, but I don't know. Let's see what is in store for us. God bless. Nabila, thank you. Michael, is it Ashayako? Hey, is it Asayako? Ansayako. Thank you. Albert, thank you. All of you, my ghost watchers, my spiritual watchers, those who watch us backlit and support with your spiritual backup. Thank you very much for watching this afternoon. You've just finished listening to Brother Charles and our sister Aisha explaining to you what cannabis is and what are the benefits of cannabis and what it does and why Canada government has legalized it. May God bless you all. If you have not watched the beginning, please do so. It's very educational. Thank you.